Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss ninth class, 6th lesson, right? What was that? Agriculture in India. See, my dear student, fellas, the agriculture in India, this lesson is very important lesson, right? This lesson, without this lesson, we couldn't be the survive. We couldn't be the survive, right? So, whatever it may be, you may be goes to the wherever you go, it doesn't matter. But you have to be for the energy purpose. You have to take the food, right? You can earn money in the dollars or the yens and the euros, but you couldn't eat those kind of all those things. What are the materials, right? You have to eat the money. So today agriculture in India, we have to discuss what kind of agriculture we have, right? And what is the uses of the agriculture, how we are using and modernization in agriculture. See, in India, especially when it talk about the agriculture, India is the oldest country is the doing the agriculture on the planet, right? We are doing from the very oldest country. The no country is started the agriculture as per the India is started, right? We have all the civilizations. When we have the civilization, we are doing the agriculture. But when it comes to the still 21st century also, we are the most of the population which is especially the located on the rural areas, they are depending on the agriculture, right? They were depending on the agriculture. And in agriculture also, the agriculture sector also contributing the major part of the GDP, right? The agriculture sector, the contributing the major part of the GDP. So whether it directly or indirectly, the many industries depending on the agriculture sector, right? If you want to build a cloth, right? If you want to make a cloth, the clothing wouldn't come from the abracadabra, it won't come it's made by the any kind of the chemicals, all those things, right? You have to need the cotton, right? You have to need the cotton. If you need the cotton should be grown in the soil. The cotton should be grown in the soil, right? So all this related to the agriculture. See, in this lesson, they given the type of agriculture, right? The major crop, the seasons, all those things given. Let's be discuss, right? See, the agriculture in India, we have two type of the farming. The one subsistence farming. One is the subsistence farming. Another one is commercial farming, right? We have Indian that divided the agriculture is a two type. One is the subsistence farming, another one is the commercial farming, right? The subsistence farming means the practicing from the growing crop, the practicing the agriculture, the practicing the farming, the growing crop. It's uses for the own purpose. It's not for the any kind of the trade. The subsistence farming means the crops, which is the crops is growing, that crop should be used for their own purpose, right? Used for the own purpose, whatever they are the sustainable purpose. Own purpose means they can eat and they can survive. Only the using the own purpose, not for the any kind of the trading purpose. That is we call the subsistence farming. The subsistence farming, right? ఏదైతే పండించే పంట మార్కెట్ కి అమ్మడానికి కోసం కాకుండా తన కోసము తను పండించుకొని తన సర్వైవ్ కోసం వాడే పంటనే అలాంటి ఫార్మింగ్ నే వాట్ వి కాల్ సబ్సిస్టెన్సీ ఫార్మింగ్ వి కాల్, రైట్? బట్ when it comes to the commercial only for the crops we are doing for the trading purpose, but for the earning purpose, that is we call the commercial farming. First one is only have to be used in sustainable purpose. With the sustainable purpose, those who are doing the farming and the practicing the craft, that is we call the subsistence farming, and another one is the commercial farming. Commercial farming, which is the use for the trade purpose, which is used for the trade purpose, that is we call the commercial farming. But when it comes to the subsistence farming, the subsistence farming is divided two parts. Is divided two parts. One, simple subsistence farming, right? Another one, intensive subsistence farming, right? One is the simple subsistence farming, and another one is the intensive subsistence farming. See, the simple subsistence farming means this kind of the farmings, again the practicing of the crops, the practicing of the cultivation in a small patch, the small patch of the land, the practicing of the cultivation in the small patch of land, that is we call the simple subsistence farming. The simple subsistence farming. Why? Because see, they can move. We can call also the simple subsistence farming. We have another name, that is the zoom agriculture. We call shifting agriculture, right? Already we discussed, right? Zoom agriculture, the shifting agriculture, right? The born agriculture, right? Slash burn agriculture, the slash and burn agriculture, zoom agriculture, shifting agriculture, slash and burn agriculture. These all are the another name of the simple subsistence agriculture, subsistence farming. Why? Because they don't have only they can only produce whatever they need, right? Already we discussed the subsistence farming means they can produce whatever they need for the surviving purpose, not for the trading purpose. And this kind of the agriculture, this kind of the farming, this kind of the cultivation, only they do only the fertility land, the only fertility soil. Where they can do, say we have, this is the land, this is the forest, and that's how we came, then they cut the trees and they can use this kind of the soil, and they can do the cultivation. They can do the cultivation. After 2 or 3 years, they can move one place to the another place. They can move one place to the another place, and they can use the another fresh soil. Why? Because this is the using of the fertile land. It will be grows with the more crops, and they can use all those things, the fertility of this land. Then same here the new crop. They here the new soil. In the new soil also they can use the fertility of this soil, right? So this we call is the simple subsistence farming. That is the zoom agriculture, shifting agriculture, and another one is the slash and burn agriculture. Slash and burn agriculture, right? And when it comes to the intensive, agriculture, right? This agriculture made using by the fertilizers, the pesticides, right? The fertilizers, the pesticides, the insecticides. All this can use the intensive farming, subsistence farming agriculture, right? This kind of the agriculture, they use for the trading purpose. They kind of agriculture, they use for the generating the growing of the more crops, the result of the more crops purpose. This kind of the intensive agriculture, intensive subsistence farming they will do, right? Intensive agriculture farming they do. See, this kind of the agriculture, intensive agriculture, they use the huge amount of the labors, and the areas, and they also use the fertilizers and the pesticides and the insecticides. All this can be used for the growing of the more crops. They can use the productivity of the crops. They want to increase the productivity of the crops. And so this kind of the agriculture, this kind of the farming we call intensive agriculture, right? And second one, first one is the subsistence farming. In the subsistence farming, the simple subsistence farming and the intensive subsistence farming, right? And when it comes to the second one, commercial Second one is the commercial farming. The commercial farming, the high yielding, the commercial farming, they can use the more crops, right? They can use with the chemicals. They can use the chemicals, and they want to the increase the capacity of the productivity of the crops. They can increase the capacity of the productivity of the crops by using the chemicals. Right? We know the hybrid seeds. We know the hybrid seeds. The using of those kind of all the hybrid seeds. They using the productivity of the crop. That is, we use the commercial. The commercial only the main agenda, only the main targets. We have to do the trade. We have to the trade this kind of the crops, whichever the producing the crops, right? Then the seasons. In the seasons in India, we have the season means not a summer, winter, this kind of a seasons, right? According to farming, we have the divided three seasons. The Rabi, right? Kharif and Zaid, right? The Rabi, Kharif and the Zaid. The Rabi season starts in October, November. In October, November, they can sow. The most of the plants they can sow. We can put the seeds in the our soil. Right? We can put the seeds in our soil. And when it comes to the harvesting time, of the Rabi season is a March, right? Is the harvesting time of the Rabi season is the March and April, right? The March and the April. During this month, we will start the harvesting. Harvesting means whatever we put in the soil via the seeds, we have to be grown there. We have to take care of them. When it comes to the March and April, we have to cut it. We have to be collected whatever we are producing those crops, right? So in this Rabi season, we can use the wheat, right? We can use the jowar, we can use the bajra, right? We can use the maize. This kind of the crops will be this season will be the suitable for this kind of the crop, and as well as paddy also. The Rabi season, the most getting the benefited Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, right? These three four states we are using, and when it comes to Telangana also we will using all those things in the Rabi season. Well, when it comes to the sown in the months in the October and November, and harvesting time in the March and April. We have this especially in the winter season, right? Especially in the winter season. Where now already the Rabi season, we are in the Rabi season. When it comes to the Kharif season, we have to be used. This is the natural season because it's the more used by the monsoons, right? We can use in the monsoon. The Kharif season start with the June, July. With the sown of the Kharif season is the June and July. And when it comes to the harvesting time, it's the September, October. When it comes to the harvesting time, September and the October. Here the Kharif season, we can use the paddy, right? Mostly in the Telangana we can use the Kharif season in the paddies, right? We can use the Kharif season in the paddies, right? When it comes to the Jaid, it's called the summer season. Between the Rabi and the Kharif. One season will be there, that is Jaid, right? When it comes to we call this summer season, and it starts with the May, right? It's May, June. Only the May, June. In this season, we can easily cultivate the crops. Watermelon, the cucumber, right? All those things we can cultivate. All these things we can cultivate, right? So these are the seasons. We can get the agriculture. We call agriculture seasons, right? We can easily call agriculture season. Right? In this class already we discussed the type of the farming, the subsistency of the farming. Subsistency farming means which is the growing the crop which is used for the only the own purpose, that is we should not for the trading purpose we call the subsistence farming. Commercial farming means which are the crops you can use the because of crop we are cultivate the crop which is used for the trading purpose we call the commercial. The simple subsistence means with the June cultivation, 1/9 cultivation, and intensive means which is used for the high growing purpose. We high growing purpose. Intensive subsistence. The commercial means when we are use the HYD, right? High yielding we can high yielding the farming, this kind of the all those things we call, right? I hope you understood this session. Thank you.